Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. Hope you've had a great weekend. Look how foggy it is. Literally cannot see nothing out there today. But just a quick message. In order for you to live a truly fulfilling life across the board, there's really only three pillars, I like to say, that need to be in balance, or need to be balanced, should I say, in order for you to be at your best and be able to be fulfilled in all of those three areas. And those three areas are your body, your bank account, and your bonds. So what do those three mean? So first, your body starts with your health and your fitness and your nutrition, your vitality, how you feel every single day. Your bank is your financial situation when it comes to money, your job, your business, your investments, the skills that pay you and generate income for you that allow you to live the kind of lifestyle you want for yourself. And then you've got your bonds, your connections to the world, right? We are nothing without people and connections. You know, it's not to say that we should be dependent on others, but we do need connection in our life in order for us to be fulfilled. We need family, we need friends. If we're in a relationship, perhaps you're single and you may be putting yourself out there into the dating market. We need community. We need people in our life. Like, it's not to say we need to be dependent on others, but in order for us to be fulfilled, we need those around us to help bring out the best in us, right? Because there's only so much you can do for yourself. There comes a point when, you know, in order for you to be fulfilled, you want to be able to do more for others, and then for others to be able to do good for you as well, to be able to add value to your life. So you have to make an effort to balance out these three areas of your life: your body, your bank account, and your bonds, right? Now, there may be a certain area of your life that needs a bit more attention right now because there is imbalance. For me, there was a point where I was all in with my business, with my career, with my health and my fitness. But during that time, I neglected my social life, my dating life. And I got to a point where I didn't have any friends. I didn't have anyone to share what I was working hard for. And, you know, it got to like the weekend and I had nothing to do because I didn't have anyone to hang out with or to go and do something with. I'd end up just going to do stuff by myself. And that's okay. But you will reach a point where, you know, you will want to be able to share what you're doing with others. And in doing so, others can gain value from having you in, you know, in their circle or in their life. So, you know, just over a year ago, I'd say even less than a year ago, I made it a conscious effort to go out into the world and network and meet strangers and intentionally go out and make new friends, you know, go to communities, doing things that I'm passionate about, you know, health, fitness, yoga. And last year was, you know, life-changing for me because I actually rebuilt my social circle and my network and, you know, made friends. And, you know, I'd say I probably made more connections last year within a six-month period than I had in 6 years. And I'm not even over-exaggerating, because I intentionally made it an effort to work on this area of my life, to create balance in this area. And I'd say in the last 12 months, I've been more fulfilled and truly happy at my best because of this, right? But there was also a point where, you know, I was doing well in my career, but I'd started neglecting my health and my fitness. I got a little bit, complacent at some point. I stopped eating healthy. I stopped going to the gym consistently. And I got to a point where I looked like absolute shit. But I'd say, you know, in the last 5 years, I've really ingrained my habits when it comes to my health and my fitness, my nutrition, my workout plan. And this is an area that, you know, that I take very seriously now. It's not to say that, you know, I don't have to sometimes put a bit more effort in this area, but I've been able to maintain balance in this area, right? So whatever that is for you, you have to firstly get clear on how you want these three areas of your life to look, right? Your body, your bank account, and your bonds and your connections as well. You almost want to design your life and really create what you want these three areas of your life to look like. you know, get a notepad and just write down ideas. Write down body, bank and bonds, right? And write down how you want these 3 areas of your life to look, right? Literally create a vision board of it, and then start putting into action a plan of how you can start building your life around these 3 areas, because these 3 areas need to be balanced out if you really want to be truly fulfilled and be the best version of you, right? But at the same time, there may be a certain area that you're going to have to give a little bit more time and energy and emphasis in order for you to balance out that area. So let's say, for example, you may be struggling financially right now. You may be working in a job, working paycheck to paycheck, and you may not have a lot of time. But you have to use the time that you have right now in order for you to build something that can help get your money up, to help you generate another stream of income, learn a skill that can pay you, right? So that you're not just reliant on your job. You're not just having to work paycheck to paycheck, but you've got another skill, another income stream that you can build on, that can essentially create that freedom that you want in the future, right? Because that's honestly what I believe. You know, if you're not where you want to be financially right now, you have to be using the time that you have, whether that's your weekends, your evenings, your mornings, to be investing in yourself, to be learning a skill, building a business, learning how to trade the financial markets, you know, which we show you how to do as well for our community. And start working on that area until you have balance in that area, and then you can start focusing on another area of life a little bit more. So that's really what you have to do. You have to be willing to put a little bit more emphasis on the area that has the most imbalance right now, until you reach a point where you do have more balance in that area. So if it's your health and your fitness, you may not be in the best shape right now, you may not like the way you look, then you're going to have to strip back a few things. You might have to cut back on some of the foods that you're eating right now. You may have to start getting up a little bit earlier so you can go to the gym, or, you know, instead of spending your evenings, you know, in front of the TV, it's wasting time, you go to the gym instead. You get a workout in and you start building new habits around that, right? So that's really it. Like, identify the 3 areas of your life that matter most to you: your body, bank account, your bonds. Create a vision of how you want these 3 areas of your life to look, and then start putting into action a plan of what needs to take place right now. And the first thing you want to identify is, you know, which area of your life has the most imbalance right now. Is it your body? Is it your health and your fitness? Is it your finances and your lifestyle? Or is it your connections and your bonds to the world? Perhaps you're like me, like you're in your early to mid 30s, and, you know, perhaps your social life has kind of just become non-existent over the years because you've just been so focused on, you know, work or career, and you may have, like, you know, just drifted away from certain people. Look at this as an opportunity to rebuild your social life, to start dating and putting yourself out there if you're single, because this is a skill in itself. The ability to go out into the world and make friends and connect with people is, you know, it's really powerful, and it's actually really freeing for you to be able to do that. I remember a year ago, like, I started studying content around, you know, social dynamics, social confidence, dating, man to woman dynamics, and it was very intimidating for me because I'm naturally quite an introverted person, and I do actually find it hard sometimes to just go and talk to people. Once I'm in conversation, I just flow, you know, and I can just get in a social momentum. But it's not easy for me, and it's not easy for most people, unless you're just, like, naturally very extroverted and you're just like a social butterfly and you just go out there and you talk to anyone and anybody at any time. Then great. But yeah, 3 areas: body, bank and bonds. Get clear on what you want that to look like, and then identify the area that needs the most time to work on right now to create balance, and then start building your life around how you want these 3 areas of your life to look. Because I promise you, when you do, life just gets better from this point on, because I've experienced it myself. I've made this a part of my brand now, you know, being able to create a fulfilling life across the board: body, bank account and bonds. Do that. There's no reason why you should not be the best version of you, happy, fulfilled, healthy, and just at your best. So I hope that this message brought you value. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. And if you got any questions or anything that you want to share or anything that you want me to share based on my experience with this, then just drop me a message or comment down below on this video, and we can chat.